Welcome to The Explainer. You know that feeling, right? You're running around all day, totally swamped, but at the end of it, you look back and think, what did I actually get done? Yeah, we're going to tackle that. Today, we're going to break down how to escape that cycle using the amazing insights from the Productivity Project.
Okay, so let's just start with a reality check. Have a look at this. This is the average day for a working adult. You've got your work, your sleep, all the chores, and after all of that, what's left for you? This tiny little slice right here, 2.5 hours. That's it. I mean, that's all the time we get for ourselves, for hobbies, for the stuff that actually makes us feel alive.
And seeing that really makes you think, doesn't it? It forces you to ask a super important question. With the precious little time we do have, are we just spinning our wheels? Are we just busy? Or are we actually being productive and moving the needle on things that matter?
So that brings us to what we're calling the productivity illusion. To figure this out, we're diving deep into Chris Bailey's incredible book, The Productivity Project. I mean, this guy literally spent a whole year experimenting on himself just to find out how we can stop being busy and start getting things done.
And right off the bat, Bailey makes this absolutely crucial distinction. Busyness is not the same as productivity. Not even close. Think about it. Answering 50 emails feels super busy, right? But it's totally reactive. It's just motion. Now, writing one single chapter of that book you've been meaning to get to, that's productive. It's intentional. It's proactive. It's about results, not just activity.
Okay, so if we want to be productive instead of just busy, how do we actually do it? Well, the book argues it all comes down to mastering what he calls your 3 core resources.
So Bailey's whole idea is that genuine productivity is like a 3-legged stool. It's built on your time, your energy, and your attention. And here's the thing, if you kick out any one of those legs, the whole thing just comes crashing down. Let's dig into each one.
All right, first up, time. This is the big one, right? It's the container for everything we do. It's totally finite. We can't make more of it. We all get the same 24 hours. So the real game isn't about finding more time. It's about fiercely protecting the quality of the time you already have.
Next up, leg number 2 is energy. This is the fuel in your tank. I mean, you can have a totally empty 2-hour block on your calendar, but if you're completely wiped out and can't even think straight, that time is worthless, right? Managing your energy is every bit as critical as managing your schedule.
And finally, we have attention. So if time is the container and energy is the fuel, well, attention is the steering wheel. It's what directs all that time and all that energy toward what actually matters. Without focused attention, you can have all the time and energy in the world, and you'll just be driving in circles.
Okay, so we've got our 3 resources, time, energy, and attention. This brings us to the power of 3. The big question now is, how do we actually put these to work to get the biggest bang for our buck?
The secret, it turns out, is something you've probably heard of, the Pareto principle. You might know it as the 80-20 rule. And the idea is just so powerful. For almost anything, a tiny 20% of what you do is going to generate a whopping 80% of your results. So real productivity isn't about doing more things. It's about finding and crushing that critical 20%.
And Bailey gives us this amazingly simple tool for this. He calls it the rule of 3. Seriously, it's so easy. At the start of your day, before you even think about checking your phone, just stop. Fast forward in your mind to the end of the day, and then ask yourself this one question. What 3 things do I want to have accomplished by tonight? That's it. Write those 3 things down. That's your 20%. That's your focus for the entire day.
Now here's where it gets tricky. Knowing your 3 most important tasks is one thing, but actually, doing them? That's a whole other ballgame. Because even with the best plan in the world, we're all fighting the same inner enemy, procrastination. Let's talk about winning that inner war.
And here's the absolute mind-blowing takeaway about procrastination. It's not a time management problem. It's not about being lazy. As Dr. Timothy Pickle puts it, procrastination is giving in to feel good. We do it to avoid feeling bad about a task, and we trade that bad feeling for the short-term relief of doing literally anything else.
And the reason this happens is because there's this constant battle raging inside our own heads. On one side, you've got your ancient, impulsive limbic system. Think of it like a toddler who just wants candy right now. And on the other side, you've got your modern, logical prefrontal cortex, the adult in the room, trying to focus on long-term goals. Every time you procrastinate, the toddler wins. And this slide basically shows us the playbook for why we procrastinate. These are the 6 triggers. If a task is boring, frustrating, difficult, you name it, each one of these is tied to a negative feeling.
Our impulsive toddler brain sees this list and just screams, "Nope, I'm out. Let's go find something fun that feels good now." That's the emotional battle happening in real time.
So, if there's an inner war for our attention, what's the biggest, most chaotic battlefield in the modern world? The place practically designed to feed our impulsive brain? Yep, you guessed it, the internet. Let's talk about the disconnection advantage.
This quote just nails it perfectly. For our limbic system, that inner toddler, the internet is like the world's biggest candy store. It is literally infinite. Every notification, every news alert, every funny video, it's a little sugar rush, a piece of candy. And our poor logical brain, which is trying to get us to do the hard work, eat our vegetables, it just doesn't stand a chance in that environment.
So, what's the solution? How do we win? It's not about having more willpower. It's about having a better strategy. The best defense is actually a great offense. You have to strategically disconnect. When it's time to work on one of your rule of 3 tasks, just remove the candy store. Turn off the phone, close the 50 browser tabs, and just eliminate the temptation altogether. So, when you boil it all down, here's the big takeaway. True productivity isn't about some complicated app or life-hacking system. It's a simple, powerful, daily habit. It's about consciously focusing your time, your energy, and your attention on those 3 vital tasks you identified. That's it. That's the whole game.
And that leaves us with one last really powerful question. It's one thing to hear all this, but the real change only happens when you actually do it. So I'll leave you with this. What are your 3 tasks for tomorrow? What are the 3 things that will make your day a true success?